We're gonna go over the reasons why you're probably getting stood up in dates like this dude. I'm sure you guys have seen this video by now, which is of this dude claiming that he's a nice guy. He's done everything in the world to make sure for a date to go successful. That whether that's buying flowers, planning the date ahead of time, scheduling the place, the time, and everything, right? But if you did watch the video, you would notice that he was lacking in certain qualities which would make a girl disqualify him as a candidate for a date. I came up with 3 reasons why he got stood up. Number 1, we're going to go over, it's going to be looks maxing. Pretty much is, are you maximizing the way you look, which is taking care of your haircut, your grooming, being in fantastic physical shape, dressing up well, not looking like a bum or a loser. Number 2 is the difference between being a nice guy and a guy who has high status, and how that played in part of him getting rejected. Number 3 would be having an abundance mindset. You'll hear him complaining about how he's trying to be a husband and he's just trying to find that one girl that will take him serious and value his time. But if he had an abundant mindset, you would see why he shouldn't be thinking like that. Looks maxing. The first thing I noticed when I saw this video was, look at this guy's haircut. He looks like a bum. You're telling me you're going on a date and this is what your haircut looks like you got no fresh haircut and you think you're gonna impress a girl like that? Like, that's off to a bad start right off the bat. Like, guys, if you're not getting a haircut every single week, doing a disservice to yourself, because you want to look the best at all times. I don't think you guys understand how important a haircut is. When you make eye contact with someone, what is the first thing you're gonna see? Their face, right? And if you got a big ass afro, your hair's all over the place, or you don't got a fresh cut, what makes you think someone's gonna take you serious? The first thing they're gonna look and see is that you're sloppy, you're not taking care of yourself. Another part would be his grooming. Look at his beard. He got gray hairs all over his beard. It's not upkept. And before somebody calls me out, I ain't going on a date right now, but if I was, this would be all cleaned up. Along with this would be all lined up. You guys got to put some effort into this. Every little detail matters. So if you have a messy beard or super long, not taken care of, not washed, girls are going to notice that and they're going to disqualify you right off the bat. Just by looking at his facial structure, I can tell he's not at a lower body fat percentage. As you can see, I'm in a cut right now. You can start seeing the cuts in my freaking cheeks because my body fat percentage is getting lower. So you can be able to see more of your structure, your face. And I can't see any of that detail in his face. That tells me he's not at a lower body fat percentage and he's not in shape. If you've never been lean or had a six-pack in your life, you truly do not understand how much more attention brings you. Like, people treat you completely different. They look at you like a goddamn god because in their minds they can't process the discipline it would take to six-pack or to be super jacked. So to them, you stand out immediately as you go into any room. If you're trying your absolute best to get a girl, what guy is she gonna pick? Is she gonna pick the out of shape dude, or she's gonna pick that one dude that looks freaking jacked, got six-pack abs? Every single girl looks at him everywhere he goes. Like, come on now, it's simple. Lastly, it's gonna be his shirt that he's wearing. What kind of shirt is that, man? Is he wearing, if I'm looking at this correctly, either that shirt has lemons or some sort of flower shirt? Like, bro, how is a girl supposed to submit to you? You got lemons on your shirt. Like, come on, bro. You gotta have a nice fancy dress shirt that just plain colored, that shows your physique that you don't even have. Top of your shirt's buttoned all the way up because you got no damn chest muscle, and if you did, you'd be showing that cleavage. But of course you don't. So first and foremost, you're not doing everything you possibly can to be somebody's husband, because look at you, bro. You're not in good shape. You're not well dressed. You're not well groomed. Girls are not gonna choose you. You gotta step it up. Now I want to transition to the nice guy versus someone who has higher status. We're gonna go over this quote of nice guys finish last and why it's such a famous quote. Just think about that for a second. Nice guys finish last because nice guys are overly giving attention to females because they put these females on a pedestal thinking they're the best and most beautiful girl ever. Girls like a challenge. Do you think if you just give her all this love and attention up front, she's gonna fall in love for you? She's gonna be like, well, I already got everything I need. How am I gonna fall in love with this guy? He just gave me everything. He didn't even make me earn it. Like, girls are not attracted to that, man. And by no means am I advocating you being an asshole to girls, because at the end of the day, you still got to be a gentleman. But you got to have a balance between being too nice and being too much of an asshole. Now, I'm going to tell you why bringing flowers or roses, just like we've been taught since a younger age, I was a victim of that at 1.2, does not fucking matter. You're telling me if you pull up extremely well dressed, in fantastic physical shape, and you're in a badass exotic car, you think she's gonna care if you bring her flowers or not? Absolutely not. Most of the time, when a guy brings a girl flowers, is because they think that girl is better than her. They think that girl is better than him. Like, so they're finding any single way. Please fall in love with me. Bring me this. I'm giving you these flowers. I'm giving you all this attention. Fall in love with me. You're being the submissive one right off the bat when you're supposed to be the leader. Come on, man. The guy mentioned a very interesting quote, which said, "I've done everything to be someone who would value someone's time." Have you though? Have you really? After all the things I just pointed out doing, just by looking at that video once, I pointed all this out. You think a girl's not gonna notice all this shit? Answer that question truthfully to yourself. Have you put in the work? Have you done everything you possibly could to be the most attractive man to a woman? No, you haven't. One of the biggest things that everybody lacks is self accountability. Self accountability. You should have a big ass mirror in your room so you can look at yourself and how your body looks and how you're walking out of your room every single day. Because if you look at yourself in the mirror and you wouldn't say to yourself like, hell yeah, he's a dude I want to date or smash, then you're probably not gonna get some dates or smashing some girls. You got to be honest with yourself. There's a reason why they say the truth hurts, because if you're not putting in the work, you're not looking the best you possibly can, you're not going to get results. Now I want to talk about why you need to have an abundance mindset. He said another interesting quote which said, "I'm just looking for my person." Like if there's only one girl in the world. Are you kidding me? If you had multiple girls dying to have your attention, you wouldn't be worrying about one girl. You wouldn't be putting her in a pedestal. Stop relying on just one girl. Focus on building yourself up and all the girls will come to you. You won't even have to be cold approaching these girls. If you're so attractive, trust me, they're going to DM you or they're going to approach you. I actually learned that from a girl. I remember one time I was hanging out with this one girl and I remember I was asking her how come that I was trying to find the one for me and this and that. And she mentioned, you're not going to find the girl's going to find you. And that's because girls, if a girl likes you, she's gonna make it pretty obvious. She's gonna make sure she doesn't miss. If you're a top percent guy, trust me, she's gonna shoot her shot because she knows that you're checking off all her boxes and all the other losers aren't. Another interesting quote he said in there, that he's trying to be someone's husband. Brother, you're getting stood up on dates. Let's work with step one. First, you need to get some dates in the first place, be someone's boyfriend, and then think about being someone's husband. You're trying to walk before you crawl. Like, come on. Let's focus on leveling ourselves up and getting some dates first. He also said, "Does my feelings even matter?" And that he had to eat by himself. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Brother, your girls do not care about your feelings. You're a man. Trust me. They're gonna curry you left and right. It doesn't matter. You need to be able to put that behind you and just remember it's a numbers game. You could be the best guy in the world and a girl will still curve you because she has a boyfriend or whatever dumb reason that she got nervous or something. It doesn't matter how high status you are. Every single guy's gotten curved. But the difference between a high status guy and a loser is we don't let it get to ourselves. We just know it's a numbers game and we move on to the next one. Eating by yourself is one of the bravest things you can do in society nowadays. Think about it. Bro, imagine you walking there confidently as hell, walking into a restaurant and you're just in there casually eating. Trust me, people are gonna notice. I remember that happened to me one time. I wanted a date, and some girl stood me up, and you know what I did? I stayed there and just freaking watched the game on TV and just kept eating. I ended up talking to the server. Like, come on, brother. Like I said, having an abundance mindset. Don't just depend on that one girl. Move on quick, because these girls are gonna move faster than you can think. Lastly, there's nothing more weak than a guy showing her his weak ass emotions, going on the internet claiming, "Oh my god, this girl stood me up." Who cares, really? Who cares? Bro, move on. Like I said, it's a numbers game. Don't worry about it. Hey, everybody takes their losses. No one's got to know about them. Just keep pushing. If you went up to 100 girls and 98 curved you, but that one that's smoking hot accepted you, who cares? You got a smoking hot girl. You know what's funny about that video? In that comment section, there's a bunch of females telling them, "Oh my god, you didn't do nothing wrong. I feel so sorry for you. I wish I had a girl to present to you." Blah 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 blah. Typical bad female advice. You did do something wrong. You weren't prepared for a date. You didn't level yourself up. This is why you need to be careful who you listen to. You need to listen to another man telling you the truth, not a female trying to cuddle your make you feel right.